Wing Chun formula. Okay? Okay, so the formula is this: 1, 2, 3, 5, and then 9. Okay? This, today, some people just call it the center. Or some people call it the center line. But it's our core. Right? Our foundation. This 2 represent, there's an understanding of 2 lines. Right? This is give you understanding of distance. You know, do you put your hands in the front or do you put your hands in the back? What's the consequences? Right? Is there consequences if you block with the front hand or the back hand? So this is all relatively to understanding of distance. Okay? 3, it has to do with height. Okay? 5 has to do with width. All right? I explain them one at a time in detail. Center, right? 中心, center core. But today, a lot of time they lost this original idea. They call it center line, which is, oh, there's a center line, divide the body in half, right side, left side. But the original is 中心, not 中心. 中心is the center core. So what makes human is our human nature. Our nature is our core. Okay, so what is human nature? Upright, more natural. Who moves better, sitting or standing? So in a fight, you rather stand. Right? There is not a sitting fighting system out there. Okay? You will learn how to fight from that position, but you shouldn't be specialized in that position. Okay? Maybe the wheelchair community, right? But anyway, second, our human core nature is, you see, everyone's facing square up to each other. Mentally, physically, we engage. Right? If my wife's talking to me, I talk to her like this. No, she's not a mean person. I'm just using an example. Right? If you're interested, you naturally square up. Right? Our piano is here. Our driving is here. Right? You shoot a gun. So everything is square up in front. Again, it's part of our nature. 2 hands, 2 feet. Third nature is upright. Right? Our closest cousins, primates, this is their natural. They can stand straight, but they're going to be tired. This is, we can stand a long time, but can we do this? Well, we're going to get tired. So our nature is upright, square up, rooted, stand up. So that means if you're in a battlefield with another human being, you take 1, 2, or 3 out of those 3 things out, you gain battle space advantage. Okay? Example. Before we punch, right? Did I take away his facing? No. Did I move him? This is technique. Looks good in a movie. But the real Kung Fu is, did I move him? Yeah. Is his facing still face me? Did I tilt him? So his battle core, completely weak. My space, my structure, my core is still maintained and more efficient in energy. So this is what center represents. We call that tilt, turn, and move. So you cannot really throw, okay, this is universal physics, guys. Right? If I'm a judo guy, I cannot throw him unless I do one of those 3 things. I either uproot him, or tilt him, or turn him. Then I can throw and sweep. Otherwise, it doesn't work. They say, oh, I just do a move. No, it doesn't work that way. Question was center. So not a line, it's the core. Okay, distance. 2 lines. Okay? 2 lines, right? You see a famous Wing Chun. Hey, Wing Chun guy. This is called Zhong Sao. This is called guarding hand. So you have front hand and a back hand. It's not a look. This comes from the weapon understanding. Because I carry two weapons, it's called a knife. Right? It makes a difference in life and death situation. Let's pretend you have a shield and a sword. Okay? So, you know what? We'll go ahead and show you guys. One is a force multiplier as well as distance advantage. So you want to use that. Okay? So that's why when Chun knife, you shouldn't be fighting like this. Dealing with knife, you should be in a heaven fighting posture. Okay? Make sense? That's why we carry a pole. We don't fight a pole like this, right? We turn sideways. Right? So remember the concept here is distance, right? One of the three-dimensional realities, right? So he has a longer weapon than me. Go ahead. Now all you're gonna do is just like poke it at me, like pool table. Right, alright? Let's look at this. I got two knives. Now go to YouTube. Go check it out. If you see a Wing Chun guy do knife in a pole, most of them, they do this. I deflected him. Now I go for kill. Alright? That's what you see. What's wrong with that? The student is cooperating with me. This is what's going to happen in reality. If I know how to use the pole. Okay? If you're going to deflect me with the front knife, and then cut me. Before you even come in half a step, I hit you again. Alright, watch it again. Ah! Oh, sorry. No, he stepped into my pole. So distance doesn't lie. So there's no chance you can block with the front and cut me with the back, coming in with a short weapon where I have a long weapon at you. Do you agree? But that's what you see out there. So the reality should be, so should I be using my front knife as the shield or the sword? Sword, right? So now look at the situation. Before, I block with the knife up front. You see, I still have a distance. I have not entered his battle, his space. But this weapon is already in my space. So how is it possible I can just cut him? He's a live person. He can break my rib, he can break my toes, or go hit my head. Because you have the distance all wrong. So now we switch it. You look at this situation, right? This is front, this is back. He pokes at me. Right here. This is my back. My shield's in the back. Where's my front? It's here, right? So he's gonna basically, he have to travel. Travel takes time. And I posture out the shield and the sword. Go ahead. Now, obviously, I didn't cut him, but that motion is, guess what? Two of his fingers on the ground already. Then drop your, right? Then I go for the kill. It's logical, it's realistic. So then I'll tell you, does it make a difference? You block with the front hand or block with the back hand? You have to know this. Most people, they don't. They just, that's why a lot of Wing Chun guys get beat up because they're using a short weapons against someone that throws long punches. You can set up to defeat that, but you gotta know the setup. Okay, so one is the outer door, outer gate, one is inner gate. So this is what we call distance, you gotta know two lines. Later, when you do your forms, outer gate, inner gate. Inner gate, outer gate. Very clear. Tells you what technique is at what distance. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes.
I mean, you look at this, right? Come on. Now, I'm just being nice. Right? It looked like I'm retreating. Right? And he comes again, I gave him 2 times to lift, and that time I'm gonna cut his fingers. But one movement, did I have minimum motion? he make all the effort, he travel and then get his finger cut. This is called economy of motion. I have minimum movement, but it's called a setup. Okay? All right, thank you. Any question with distance? Now we're gonna come back with hand-to-hand combat, right? 3 is the height. This is called high reference point, mid reference point, low reference point. Dantian, this control your whole body's balance. This control your upper trunk balance. Here, control your head balance. Okay? So those points is reference how high or how low your hand goes is dealing with height. If somebody come to my upper gate, solar plex on up, then you just go one spot. If they attack your middle gate, then you know how low your hand goes. Now, if they go below that, you use your legs. Yeah. So it's very efficient, right? If somebody kick me in the shin, I'm not going to block with my hands. Okay? So, right? So let's look at that. Right? It looks reasonable, right? So let's say we punch with your, right? If you punch me in the chest, looks very reasonable. I blocked it. I've done my job as a defense, and then I'm ready to counter it. But guess what? He's pausing. If he throws a 1-2 at me, 1, the space still open. Right? If he hit me here, I go here. If he hit me here, I go here. Look all reasonable, but that's 3 moves, assuming that you see it coming. What if I say I just take you to one spot and every time it covers the whole space? Which choices would you want? The one spot, right? Now if he punched me in the chest again, my tonsil goes to my high reference point. Did it stop his chest punch? Did it stop his nose punch? Stop everything. Not only stops him, I have the space to hit him. And I have the leverage. So I'm not chasing the hands anymore. Same thing here. If he attacked my middle gate, my hands go to the dantian, low reference point. If you go lower, you're too close. If you go above that, there's a slight opening. One of our fighters with super good front side kick can slip in. So that's why you gotta know exactly. Once you hit that point, you know completely that whole area is blocked off. Right? Somebody come to the upper gate, that whole area is blocked off. So you don't have no guess. So that's why we have those 3 points as reference for height. The last, width. Which dimension?
Third dimension.
The horizontal 3rd dimension. Okay? 5 means the 5 lines. Shoulder line, center line. Shoulder and center. Between shoulder and center, halfway, is where mostly, sometimes we call it a nipple line, but this is called yang, and then between the yang line and the yin line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 lines. This tells you exactly how wide your hand goes and what angle do you face your opponents. It's just like a computer. It's like precise calculations. Okay? Typically, our hands on center for tonsil, and our elbow should be nipple line and yin line. It's not because of the look, because structures. Okay? If you put your fist on the center, right? You square out, right? Fist on the center, but your elbow out. What is supporting my weight is the shoulder muscles. So it takes muscle. So that means his skeleton will not stack up to hold that weight. So he have to have strong shoulders, right? So because the elbow's out. So what if we put the elbow on the center? Most people cannot do that. they're muscle bound or they're stiff, so not natural. Now, if we put the hand on center, the elbow on the yin line, there's a triangle here, there's a triangle here. Okay, now so do you feel the weight go straight to your feet? Now it's all stacked, structurally all aligned. Take no muscle to do that. So why would you tensile here or tensile here? Well, that's why we don't have the elbow out. Structurally, this is strong. So there's a reason. Also, the fire line is used to get my ankles, right? So if he punched me, good. Now, you see my center is facing Chris right now. Without changing my body, right, this is a shorthand now because my posture is heavy. Watch. I can't really hit him without turning because I overturn it this way. Right? So how far should you be turning?
Turn back to the center.
Does my center never go outside his shoulder? Punch again. Right? So my center, his shoulder. I know this is a hitting hand. Here, I have to rotate now. But every time you move, doesn't that take time? I have to move to go somewhere, it takes more time. That means he has time to move too. So that's waste of time if you create a more longer distance. So fire line give you understanding precise angulation, structure, movement, height, and distance. Now that is the sub-meaning. 10 original formula that makes Wing Chun Wing Chun. Then they created ceiling time. For our system, without the formula, there is no ceiling time. Little ideas from the beginning is the technical details of the three-dimensional triangulations. Okay? Watch my opening. Now, in the past, let's say today, 200 years ago, you guys come for a Wing Chun practice. Maybe half of you guys are the Triad member. The other half is just opera guy learning Wing Chun. Right? And then I'm the new guy in town. You never met me. So then you say, okay, let's see you sit in town. Then you guys that knows the formula will be able to recognize, am I a triad, or insider, or outsider? Right? Watch. Outsider or insider?
Outsider.
Why?
Didn't have the reference points.
Because none of those movements are hitting those reference points. High reference, shoulder line, outer gate. This is triangulated, right? High reference points, elbows on the in line, hands on center line, and inner gate. Straight line, curve. Mid reference, low reference, high reference, 5 lines. Halfway between high reference and mid reference. Outer gate, high reference. Inner gate, precise triangulation. So what they done 300 some years ago, I can repeat it. Today I teach you, you can repeat it. But if you don't know this, you're gonna one day do this, one day do this, one day do this, one day do this, one day do this. 20 million different ways. Okay? So the opening of the form, section 1, is to tell you insider or outsiders. Any questions? Okay, so go back to Chun, our grandmaster. His nickname is what? Tansao. So let's take out Tansao and see where that perfect move is. Now most people would not even acknowledge there could be a perfect move. Because the word choice, perfect might mean like, so we use the maximum efficiency. Well, you agree there's a center, right?
Yes, sir.
So that means in any movement, there could be the best possible space and time. And everything else is outside of that. So one is reality, one is illusion. And reality beats illusions. So it becomes very deep philosophical practice, not about me hitting you or you want to hurt me. I occupy, express three-dimensional perfection at the right time, at the right space. I have no intent to hurt you, but you walk into my fist. Okay? So this is the Buddhist, the Chun martial art. We don't teach you how to be aggressive, want to hurt other human beings. We only become the reflection of reality at the moment. Okay?